And then I gave her the example whereas if you had a son and they brought home someone that said the same things that you're saying now to them, how would you feel? And she wouldn't like it. I was like, that's the beginning of your growth. Right? Your growth is you have to understand how your actions not only impacts you, but impacts other people. So she understood it for if she had a kid, but she still had a difficult time relating it back to her. So how would we help those people trying to make that connection when there's such an obvious disconnect?
Well, she's working off this limiting belief. And I have a similar example of someone who said to me, well, I'm in my 40s now, so I'm wearing glasses. I was like, what? Oh yeah. I knew that when went to be in my 40s or got to be in my 40s, I would need glasses. I was like, okay. We are so good at painting ourselves into a corner when we repeat certain limitations. So this particular individual had decided that 40 was going to be the pinnacle of her life. And after that, she could just kind of ride out the rest on whatever achievements she had. And she could just quit. When somebody is that convinced that they have a really good handle on the way they want things to be, talking to them generally is not going to do much. So, what you could do instead is show them. So, you don't do anything with her. You say, gosh, I understand that that's your belief system. I'm really inspired to do more. So I'm just going to continue to do more. And I really would love for you to come with me. And then leave it there and go about doing more. Let them see what it looks like when somebody is really honoring themselves and exploring their own growth and becoming more of the person that they want to be instead of just the person they were yesterday. So this is an opportunity for you to show by example and give up on the talking. They've already decided, just like the individual who said, have to be wearing glasses by 40 or in my 40s. That was a set in stone decision that they worked very hard to make sure happened. And then when they got the glasses, they were like, oh, I wish I didn't need glasses. I'm like, well, okay, anytime you want to along this road, you need to change your belief system about what is wanted and what is not wanted. So if you have an individual that is very rigid, talking is going to do very little. Showing them what is possible through your example may help them start to see what could be possible for themselves. But recognize a rigid person is a difficult person to convince. So please don't tell yourself, gosh, I really failed with that person. First of all, you're not in charge of their life. And if somebody is that committed to their journey, it's very unlikely that they're going to have a big epiphany and decide, wow, I was wrong. And I really want to make a correction. Course corrections generally come when we are desperately unhappy and are ready to commit to this new way of being.
It's like you're trying to figure it out and you're just like, you know what? I am too old and I'm sick and tired of all of this, but love has no expiry date, progress, growth has no expiry date. And I truly feel bad for the people that give up at their midpoints in their life, like the 30s and 40s. Man, look at my 20s. I knew nothing, even though my arrogance would think that I knew a lot, right? It wasn't until my 30s where things began to make sense. And I look at all the advice that I received from, let's say, my mentors or those who I hung out with who are older than me, they said the same thing. Like their 40s and 50s, that's when a lot of things made sense,
Things
right?
start gelling. Yeah, you've got enough life experience so you can make a really good determination on, hey, this has brought me joy for a considerable amount of time, or this has been miserable. And let's also really recognize you're not going to change when you're moderately happy. You're going to do a lot to keep yourself in that sort of I'm okay place because change takes effort. So it's unlikely that you are going to jump on the change bandwagon when your life is okay. And it is more likely that you're going to be motivated to make the changes when you have stepped into more of a dark night of the soul.
How much how much of a role does happiness play in all of that?
I think happiness should be the cornerstone of our existence. Love is the energy, unconditional love, not romantic love, but unconditional love that accepts you where you are, no matter who you are or where you are. Unconditional love must be the foundation of our being. It is all that the divine share with us. And if we would allow ourselves to interact with ourselves and others from that place of love, then we would easily attain a state of joy. Joy does not mean I'm always happy. Yeah. Joy means I feel good about my life and my choices. I feel that I am honoring myself and I feel that I am in a divine flow. I am in that place of alignment where I am receiving support and guidance to keep me moving forward. But perhaps I don't have tremendous highs or terrible lows. I might be in more of that humming sort of place, that place that just feels good, where I can say, I'm happy.